All right, so we have things called general equations. So what we're going to have to do here sometimes is we're going to have to do a distributive property first, and then after that we do our two-step equation process, or just move variables from one side of the equation to another to simplify, because if you notice here, we've got x's here and we got x's here, so we have to get x's on one side, numbers on the other side, and it doesn't matter which way we go. So let's do this. That's first one we're going to have to distribute. And remember, we're distributing the negative on both of these. So we have a negative 5 times a negative 4 is going to be a positive 20. And negative 5 times a 2x is going to give us a negative 10x. And then that's equal to a negative 50. Okay. Now let's solve this. So we have to get rid of that. Negative 20, negative 20. Negative 10x equals, and here we have a negative 70. Divide both sides by a negative 10, and that gives me x is equal to 7. Now, does it check out? Well, let's see. Negative 5 times negative 4 plus 2 times a 7 equals negative 50. Remember, now we're going to work with PEMDAS in the straight order now. So we'll have to take and have negative 5 times negative 4 plus 14 equals negative 50. 14 minus 4 is 10, so we have a minus 5 times 10 equals negative 50, and negative 50 equals negative 50, so it does check out. All right, so what about this one? Well, here again, like I said, we have variables on one side and the other side, and numbers on one side and the other side. So we have to decide which way we're going to go. I don't know of a reason why to go either way. It works both ways. So let's first add 6 to both sides. And so that gives us negative 21x plus, now we have 18 equals negative 3x. Now let's take the variable over here over, so let's add 21x. And so what do we have? 18 equals, and now if we have this, that's going to be 18x. Now divide by 18, so 1 is equal to x. Okay, now let's verify. Minus 21 times 1 plus 12 equals minus 6 minus 3 times 1. Well, this is negative 21 plus 12 equals minus 6 minus 3. And so this is going to give us, what, 12 from there, that's going to give us a negative 9. That's going to give us a negative 9. So that looks like it checks out. All right, what about here? Well, now we've got a distribution first, it looks like, on both sides of the equation, then simplify both sides. And then we're going to have a's on one side and the other side. So we're going to have to move the variables one way and the other way. And we're also going to have to move the numbers one way or the other way. So let's just take this one step at a time. And again, the key is get rid of the parentheses first. If there's exponents, we have to get rid of those too, but in this case, there's only parentheses. So minus 4 times that's going to be a minus 4, and minus 4 times that's a minus 4a. That's equal to 2a. Now that's going to be a minus 40, and that's going to be a minus 24a. Okay. All right, so here we can add those two together because those are like terms. And so we have a minus 4a equals, and if we put that first, that's going to be a minus 22a minus 40. Now, for the sake of argument, let's take and add 22a to both sides. So we have, let's see, a minus 4, and then we have 22 minus the 4, so that's going to be a plus. That's going to be an 18a. That equals a minus 40. Now we have to add 4 to both sides. We have 18a equals, and now that's going to be a minus 36 divided by 18. And now a is equal to 36 divided by 18 is 2, and it's negative, so we get a equals a negative 2. All right, so now let's check. So if we go back to our original equation, we have negative 4 times 1 plus negative 2 equals 2 times negative 2. minus 8 times 5 plus 3 times negative 2. And so now we kind of work our way, inside out and across the board all at the same time. So we'll have a minus 4 times, here's a minus 2 plus 1 is going to be a minus 1 equals, well, here we have 2 times negative 2, so that's a negative 4. Then we have minus 8 times, well, here 3 times negative 2 is negative 6 plus 5, well, that's going to be a negative 1. All right, so now we've got some double negatives, so let's get rid of those. And this one gets rid of that one. So 4 times 1 is 4. Then we have a minus 4 plus 8. Well, 4 equals, and now we have 4. And so that checks out. Okay. Sometimes your checks might be longer than your actual work to get to it. Sometimes not, but it doesn't matter. Checking your answer, make sure you know that when you get done, A is a negative 2. All right, so let's pause there and come back for more.